Good evening. I came across some videos and they kind of put some thoughts in my head. Well, one was on the Master's blog and she was talking about, um, a, I don't know if it was a dream or vision or she just heard the Lord download something in her. But she was talking about something that happened a long time ago. And she was saying that there were these four guys who was black, came from another dimension. They went to Africa. So they was trying to go into the villages and stay. And they knew who they were. They knew they weren't human. And so the chief said, oh, y'all came back. And so the leader of the four guys, they looked like they was human. Said, we never been here. And the chief was talking to me, asking the question, asking where it was from and all this type of stuff. So the guy didn't really want to, he didn't want to lie. He was trying not to tell a lie, but he wasn't really answering the question either. And so the chief told him that he couldn't stay there, that he had to go. So the dude turned into a snake. He had a human face, but his body was a snake. But the chief didn't get scared of him. So evidently he was used to them coming. And one of the other guys, was, I can't remember what she said he said to the dude. But ask him why would he change like that. And and they left. They started going to different villages, but they knew who they were, and they didn't want them there. So they finally found a village that were that accepted them. And I guess they like got involved with the women that were there and made babies. And I looked at another video. I didn't finish looking at this one. It's called Alien Chronicles S1E6 Human Teleportation, Aliens, and UFOs. So I think he said somebody from the CIS, military, someone of the officials was telling him about different types of, I guess you call them humanoids, because they look like humans. And said there was 56 different types. And so what came to my mind, like I've been saying, I don't think the people that's running this country, I don't think they're human. What I think is going on is that these people going to these meetings, they get invited to these meetings, and they get taken. And one of the humanoids, aliens, or whatever you want to call them, take their place. I think they have the ability to change, ship shape, yeah, ship. How you say it? Ship shapers. And I think these are the people that's running our country. Because I have heard that Bush Senior was a ship shaper. I've heard that quite a bit. He was a ship shaper. So if he's a ship shaper, I mean, his children are too. Um, I just think this is what's going on. I also think a lot of this stuff that about these Hollywood parties and stuff like that, this the same thing going on. That's why they doing all this homosexual bestiality stuff. Cause it ain't them. It's these creatures from other dimensions. And this is who want the one world order. They want to take over the earth. That's why they only want so many people here on earth so they can have complete control and make slaves out of us. Um, and I think that's who might, it's possible that who will gain stock in us. That's why they got all this information. That's why they got all these different types of weapons that's coming right through our walls, coming up through the floors, coming through the ceiling. Cause I know I've been attacked through the ceilings. They were actually shooting where I had to sleep in the tub and put a mirror over me for some months before they stopped shooting. That was at the other house. See, like when we moved to that other house, that's when all hell broke loose. But I was being attacked at the first house. And this is the third house that we've done moved in since 6 years. This is the third house. And I was being attacked at the first house, but it won't nothing like this here. It was like I was being hit with something. And it could have been that fly, because that's where I saw the flying saucer. Down here, I see flying saucer up in the sky. But before we moved down here, the first house we stayed in was after we moved was here at that first house. And that could have been them hitting me, but it started coming from different directions. But I could tell the people might not be human. I don't, I don't know. I don't even know, cause I actually seen it do like that, and something fly from their head that I couldn't see, but it would hit me, and I could feel it hitting my body, like a whole bunch of stuff hitting me, you know. And this one old man, he did his hand like that, and something flew by me and hit my daughter's car, and her car tore up. I had that happened twice. Two of my daughter's car tore up after it got hit with them sending something hitting their car. So I don't know. I don't like I said. I don't know all the answers. There's somebody that do, and I just don't. Do some crazy stuff. They 56 different types. So there's a lot of them. But they 56 different types. She said she was talking about the black ones. I heard this other man talking about the white ones. They blonde hair, blue eyes, and they spoke with like a Dutch accent. The first people that I came across, with white blonde hair and had an accent. They were the one that were putting the symbols in the cement. I think there was some type of icon. But I know the cops that I've called the cops, the city cop and a sheriff. They knew what that stuff meant, and they attacked me too. So um, we may not be dealing with humans. It's very possible that the gang stalkers, there may be some gang stalkers, the one that's just following us around, but them that's using the weapons, they may not be gang stalkers. I mean, they may not be human. Very possible. Because that guy over there, I see him doing some stuff. He got something at my window now. You can't hardly see it, but right at the window you see something white bubbling, doing, making, it's like it's moving. Right at my window, on the outside of my window. But I seen him and this other guy when they was first doing it. It was like milky white, and it was coming from their house. He stood at the end of the house until it got to my, kept doing it until it got to my window. And I know there's a lot of energy in my room, in this hallway, over by that window, just in that at the door, in different places, and it look kind of like a python. That's what it looked like, a yellow albino python. Albino pythons is, some of them are just white and some of them is yellow and white. Well, I just want to talk about that. We just got to think about the fact that we may not be dealing with humans. Even at that first house, someone was astral traveling in the house. I could hear it sound like a like that. And then there was something tapping on the walls. The first night we stayed there, I saw like a black cloud. It caused the blind to shake from side to side. So we not dealing with just regular humans. We're dealing with something else. Well, I'm not gonna stay long on this video. I got to come back and do something else.